Good morning and welcome aboard. We're getting all set up here for the trading morning. Right now it's 9:19 a.m. Should be able to see a series of three charts in a separate chart window, two time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and a 30-year bond chart. Hey Tim M, welcome. Good morning. Hey Roop, Robert C, Peter O, hey Pedro, Mark, KG, Glenn, Fred, hey Don, Berger. For those that are joining us on the outside, look for a link to come in on the inside. Welcome aboard. Put up an S&P 500 E-mini chart. Be prepared to go through the morning session with Saul. He's your host and mentor. He's been trading for 25 years or so. He's a CME Group floor member. He's actively scalping and trading the S&P 500 E-mini for his own trading account. Hey, Vincent. Good morning and welcome. Hey, Glenn, Oscar. For those that are coming in new, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. Saul loves questions. Saul's looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades today based on his price action trading zones, if you will. He's going to give those out shortly. Be prepared to write them down. If you're in Saul's class, you know how to set the levels or you're learning how to set the levels. So compare them to the levels that you are receiving in audio today. I'll send out a link for those that haven't signed up for Saul's monthly. I'll send it out to you individually. Make sure you take care of it this morning. Hey, Steve P. Good morning. Welcome. Hi, Maureen. Hey, Joel. Good morning. We've got a nice group of traders, whether they're new traders or traders that have been trading for a while. And we have those that are part of Saul's monthly that are determined to, hey, HD, to help their trading along. And they're looking to utilize Saul's zones and Saul's commentary as part of it. I'm going to send out that link now. So if you were, hey Vincent, I'm not sure. Are you part of Saul's monthly? Just let me know back in chat. I just sent you out the opportunity. Hey Warren, welcome back. Warren, nice to see you. Well, I just sent it out to you now, just so you have it. Let me know if you got it, Vincent. Sometimes it doesn't go through. Kara, I'm going to send it to you. Oh, good. And you can see why it's very helpful. So, Kara, I just sent it out to you. Let me know if you got it. Hey, Dean. So Saul's going to be popping in here. You'll hear his voice right down to his level zones on your trading pad. Put the pivot in the middle. And when Saul pops in, give him a quick shout out so that he knows that everybody is tuned in and connected properly. Hey, Don J, I heard you had a big problem there in Texas. I'm not sure if you're part of it. Texas, pretty big place. But I hope all is well by you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? All right. Oh, what do you worry about Texas for? We got like 15 inches of snow around here. Our lake is usually friendly, but today it became, this week, it's not been so nice. I'm sure you got a little, they say Houston was like freezing. They didn't know what to do. It was so cold. Well, let's hope he's okay because he hasn't answered yet. At least he's here. So that's a good thing.
They said the power was out everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, they have
We got
12 million customers and 4 million of them had power out.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not. They're just not used to that weather, down freezing weather like that. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. See where the market takes us. We're opening up here at new highs as the market continues to love the dovishness from Powell's speech last week and the continued progress with the possibility of passing this new stimulus bill, and the market just, I guess there's no reason for it to go down, at least not at the time being anyway. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning, 39.42. 39.42, support at 34, 27, 20, and 13. Resistance on the upside at 50, 55, 63, and 69. Pivot 42, resistance at 50, 55, 63, 69. Support at 34, 27, 20, and 13. All right. Another little concern, I guess, would be the weather that's hitting not only not only in Texas but everywhere. How it's going to affect the economy going forward is probably a little bit of a concern here, I would think, at least for the market. So we'll see if it reacts to that. I mean, not only is it snow, but we've got some really cold weather here. But I will say, looking forward to Saturday, they're expecting 36 degrees. Compared to what we've been having around here, it's going to be summerish. and just melt some of the snow that we have, because these mounds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger because there's just no place to put the snow. They had to shut down the L system in the city, which they haven't done even in some of the worst snowstorms around here. So this is pretty bad around Chicago. Good thing that I'm sequestered in my home here. Don't have to deal with this traffic. This would have been a day that I probably wouldn't have been able to come on down there. It just would have been taking me like hours to drive down there. So, but anyway, see what happens as the market kind of opens up here. And let's see if there's any economic reports coming out this morning. Come to Florida. Florida is the only place that's been like in the 50s, 60s, 70s. So that's, if you looked at, they were showing a map, and literally the whole map was freezing except for Florida. Even California was in the 40s and 50s. That's fur weather for them. But then California, Florida down there in the bottom was nice and kind of looked like it was toasty warm. I don't know how toasty warm it was, being for you guys 60s, probably a little chilly, just like you guys are definitely spoiled when it comes to temperatures. There's no economic reports coming out today. There's a little Fed speak at 1 o'clock Chicago time. So nothing to concern yourself with in regards to any fundamental news that'll be released during trading. We'll just trade whatever the market gives us. Can we repeat the levels in the chat one more time for us, please? There's the levels in the chat box area for you. For those of you who might have missed the levels that we just gave out, they're printed in the chat box so you can see them. And those are like a guide for the day. We don't know whether they're going to be hit or not. We just know that we trade around them, and we'll get some price action opportunities once the market paints some bars, and together between the levels that we have as a guide and the price action opportunities that we have, put together a trading methodology that allows us to scalp the market for about 2 to 3 points on our trades. And we also try to get about maybe 4 or 5 on average trades in a day, sometimes less, sometimes more. It all depends on market fluctuation and activity. We cannot create volatility. We're not that good. So instead of us trying to create the volatility, we have to just take what the market gives us and trade around that volatility, whatever it is for any given day. So 2 to 3 points is when the markets are somewhat normal, like every day. When the volatility does step up and becomes a little bit more involved and whipping around, those parameters might have to be extended a little bit. So that'll give a little bit more opportunity for the markets to kind of do its thing. Obviously, when there's increased volatility, there's increased risk. So we have to increase our stops, maybe 4 to 5 points. Maybe if you're a multiple lot trader, you decrease your contracts that you trade to counteract the volatility. Different ways of dealing with volatility in the market. We're just kind of hanging down here. Again, these are all-time highs, so anything could happen. They could take some profits. They could decide to trade off a little bit or continue to rally. But this was obviously very thin trade last night. And because yesterday, obviously, he's not tradable, and it was a holiday, and the exchanges were closed. Obviously, the Globex was open, as we're just drifting around our pivot here, and really not going anywhere fast. Patience is very important in this process here. You have to wait for the opportunities. We don't like to guess. We take what the market's going to kind of inspire us with and trade with, instead of us trying to go out there and try to manufacture a trade. Now, if you have a reason for that trade and it's not and the reason justifies the reason to put your orders in there because you've seen the setup before and you've seen it work and you understand how to find it and you can recognize the opportunity, then by all means you should trade. But for the most part, though, we have to wait for the market to create an opportunity for us. Like one opportunity here is if you're a range trader, you can see the range here. Maybe you're trading the range if that's what you like to do. It's very risky. It's not one of our favorite trades, but it's a trade that if you are so inclined, then that's what you do. And as long as you understand the risk involved, then you can trade it. So our job here is to let you understand the risk involved in these trades or these opportunities, and then you have to decide on your own whether you want to participate in the trade or not. And as long that's basically, if we can show you the risk involved, where to put your stops, and why you would trade that and why you wouldn't, and then you as an individual trader would make that decision on your own to participate in that trade or not. That's totally up to you. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, or somebody else might take it or somebody else might not take it. It just means that you saw the setup and you decided that for whatever reason you like the setup and it's worked for you before and you're taking it. Some people might not. So that's okay. The course that we have, that we offer, is out there to show you all these different opportunities, show you the risk involved, and then for you as an independent trader to take those opportunities to trade them on your own. So we show you in our education course how to find these trades, and then you have to determine which trades that you see, you recognize, and are able to execute so that you can take advantage and maximize your profit, or in other situations minimize your loss. So that's basically the goal of our course here. As we slowly drift down, we'll get a little support there at the 34 area. A deep freeze enveloping large swaths of the United States has resulted in rolling blackouts for at least 5 million people in the upper Midwest to Houston. More than 1 million barrels a day of oil and 10 cubic billion feet of gas production has been gone offline, sending U.S. crude prices above $60 a barrel for the first time in more than a year, and natural gas prices up 6%. Pipelines have also declared force majeure, while massive refineries owned by Exxon and Marathon Petroleum have halted production, threatening to reduce supplies of gasoline and diesel across the country. It has. Oh, Friday. Oh, well, you were at the, you had the controls, you had the ability to move it up there. And what happened? Thanks, by the way, Don, for sliding in for me on Friday. Appreciate it. always good reports after I come back to hear what a what an awesome job you have done, and kind of share some of the ideas and concepts that we teach to everybody else that's out there. So thanks again for chipping in for me. Next time, maybe we'll get you a wingman to get some new computer or something. You know, Texas and California, that would have been, and me in Chicago, that would have been, that's a good cross country. Now all we need is Florida and the East Coast, and we're pretty much cover the whole United States. We do have Florida and we do have the East Coast, so we're tied in. We're pretty good. Surprise, surprise. I'm trying to inch down here a little bit. We'll see what it wants to do as it continues to downtick. We'll support down there at the 34 area. The energy crisis is not the only problem, with frigid weather expected to remain through Wednesday. All air travel in and out of Houston was shut. COVID vaccination efforts face potential disruptions, with city officials racing to administer doses before they go bad. The National Guard has also been mobilized to get elderly into warm shelters, while the power disruptions spilled over into neighboring Mexico. The cold snap is testing Texas' highly decentralized electricity model. Power plants don't have the incentive to build reserve capacity, but are rather paid for the energy that they sell. On Monday, wholesale prices for electricity on Texas grid even reached a price cap of $9 per megawatt, $9,000 per megawatt. Whoa. The average price is 25. Oh, wow. Whoa. Unlike utility monopolies in other states, electricity retailers in Texas compete fiercely for customers' business, and often the prices and the price tie prices to market conditions. But this have allowed generators worried about sending out skyrocketing bills. No kidding. Well, we dipped down to 36 there. As the storage and backup power will be needed to address as grids across the United States change over from fossil fuels to cleaner energy. Competition from highly subsidized wind power and cheaper natural gas, combined with stricter emissions regulations, has seen coal shares of Texas utilities fall by more than half in the last decade. Meanwhile, wind shares have tripled to about 25% since 2010, accounting for 42% of the power last week. But those turbine froze. Oh my God! Yesterday, as the cold weather set in, the Texas grid has also been designed for hot summers, not freezing winters. There you go. Well, we dipped down to 36 and popped all the way back up here to our pivot. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. 39. Yeah, we're in a 39 handle. Oh. Yeah, no, I figured as much. I mean, I figured as much. Oh, well, we're coming back up here to the top end of this little range. Testing this little area. Next resistance areas we have is 50. Kind of missing our levels here by a little bit, but it's okay. Patience is very important in this game. We're trying to make money, not just trade to trade's sake and create commissions and always just trade because the markets are moving around. That's why we should trade. It's not what we're trying to do here. As major averages could hit fresh record highs in the first trading session after President's Day, with the U.S. stock indexes futures pointing to gains this morning. The end of Trump's Senate impeachment trial is set to make room for President Biden's economic priorities, and in turn, some catalysts for market momentum. Biden is eager to pass 1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill, which would include $1,400 to many Americans, extra funding for unemployment benefits, child tax credit, and aid to states and local governments. In fact, Biden will take the first official trip outside of D.C. since being inaugurated on the 20th of January to make his case. He's heading to Milwaukee tonight to participate in a CNN town hall after struggling to gain support for his plan from Republicans on the Capitol Hill, which have taken the issue with the price tag. Bigger picture, some are also citing a fall in the volatility index, the VIX. Widely viewed as Wall Street's best fear gauge for the recent market optimism. Receding fears is followed by systematic and quaint funds adding leverage. In other words, this is set up to see a rally. No kidding. What is the VIX? What have we done? A 20 handle now, or are we still at a 21? 2162. The sentiment is extending to all areas of the market and even the crypto world, with Bitcoin within a whisker of the $50,000 milestone. All right. Just touching here, our blue band, if our blue banders are participating, maybe you dipped your toe there against the 45 area. Again, there's many opportunities that occur, price action opportunities that occur Some are a little bit more obvious than others. Some require a little bit of fetching out, but whatever they are, as long as you have are used to them, or you like to find them, or you know how they react, or you one of your favorite trades, whatever the trade may be, it will give you an opportunity to trade it and to use it. And obviously, our blue band opportunity here for some of our traders is one trade that they like to use. You have to know when to take it, and it's not always there for us. And if you did take it, you're getting paid off here very nicely. All right, nice rotation there against our blue band opportunity there. Some of you are trader blue banders are doing well with that trade. Again, it's not for everybody. It's some of our traders like to take that opportunity. You have to know when to take it and why to take it. Like I said, it's not always there. And a nice little rotation there off of the 45 area. Again, these are price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars, and there's reasons when you take it, and there's reasons why not to take it. So there's a few, different trades that did occur here, even though we're waiting for our levels to get triggered. Some of you are waiting for the levels to get triggered. Some of you are finding some trades within this little range that we're in. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away. Yeah, could you give your computer to your daughter and go get a new one now, since you just paid for it? And then give her and buy her, and I'm going to send her some Play-Doh so that she can do what she wants with it. Stick it in her new computer. I'm surprised that you have Play-Doh out in California. I thought that might be a little bit too, Midwestern to be playing with Play-Doh. I don't know. Man, there is definitely some snow in this city. It's been a while since I've seen this snow this much around here. and it in such a short period of time too. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like it's been like only two weeks. I know that was definitely, and that was like that was the kind of weather they were having by my house, which was only I don't know about 10 miles away to the north. Wasn't as bad as when you got back into the city like that. I was driving. I wasn't even going into the city. I was just going to another town. A little bit of a buy there. If we get above the 46 area, we'll look for 50, or if you want to, or if you don't want to, you don't want to be short about 46. Let's put it that way. So we got no numbers coming out today, and just a little Fed speak later. All right. Looks like we're a little range bound. I don't know. We'll see. Again, welcome to some of the new folks that are here. Oh, me? Oh, that was a question for me. I thought you were telling me what you were doing. No, I wouldn't be. Not in this little area here. This is really could go either way. I thought you were telling me what you were doing. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way here. So I'm not. If anything, there was a little short up there against the 45, 44, 45 area. But then anything above 46 out of any shorts, and that was earlier. I would probably wouldn't do that now either. So I'm kind of neutral. Nothing on. Patience. So some of the new folks that are here, if you have any questions in the chat box area, would love to see your questions, especially when it's kind of slow like this. Like the opportunity for you to ask away, whatever you might have. Anything that we do here, obviously it's a little bit quiet today, which is fine. Again, the market is very, we have a low interest rate environment. You got monetary policy from the Fed that's bullish, fiscal policy from government that's about to be tasked. I mean, the rollout of more vaccines, the numbers of cases are coming down, plenty of optimism that things might open up again, or some sort of quasi normalcy coming into the summer. Who knows? I don't know. We hope that things get a little bit better. We hope that the vaccine starts rolling out and it works, and um, see what happens. The market is optimistic about that, all that stuff also. So we shall see. All right, market just kind of roaming around here. Again, just kind of floating in this little tight range. Support would be down at the 34 area. Okay, like I said, we're in this range here. Trading the range, you're doing okay. So Don, did your electricity go out, or are you okay? All right, we're just kind of staying here on the low end of this range. Again, if you were anywhere, if you wanted to get short, we said anything above 46 out of any short. So at least you always should find your exit strategy, and then you can, obviously get into your trade that way. One way. But we are definitely a little range here. Back up to the pivot. Jeez. Man, you are getting like Chicago temps there. Low and by Don was 14. High is going to be 37. Well, we are definitely, we get to 37 on Saturday. I'll be thrilled. Those first above freezing day. I mean, we're in a negative range here. This is like brutal around here. And then you throw in the wind chill. More brutality. Can you tell us how you find the sites on YouTube? Oh, YouTube. I don't even know if I didn't. Brad, are we on? I mean, do we have YouTube? I don't even know if we have YouTube. Brad, if you're around, Maybe you could answer that question because I don't know if we have YouTube. We have this Zoom room that we trade here every morning, every day. We're trading mini S&Ps. I don't know if we are recording this and going on YouTube, actually. I don't know if we go live on YouTube. That's not something that I would know. But maybe if Brad's around, he could answer that question for us. He's the other guy that yaks away. So I'm sure he'll see that question and he'll answer it if he's not around right now. Yeah, I don't know if we are on YouTube, honestly. But we do have this room. We're on Zoom every day. We do trade. Are you a trader? Do you trade? Am I going to what there, Don? Okay, cool. That's very nice. We opened up this trading room here for us because I was kind of bored up in my office trading from the floor to exchange, and went up to my office and I got really bored up there. So I had this room set up. So I just come in here and we have some good traders and we talk about trades. And some of our traders have been with us for a while. They understand what we try to do. And consequently, we are just looking for trades every day in our mini S&Ps here. Well, Don, it's good to see that you got snow all around you. But when it gets up to 37 or whatever it is, it's going to all melt. So not going to be a big deal. Around here, though, it's already ice. It's been ice for a long time. It's going to take a lot of 37-degree days for us to melt down. Yeah, this weather is crazy this year. Mark says that he feels really bad for us. Oh, it definitely is global warming. It has something to do with that for sure. Don said that that you can't talk unless you get be his wingman. Otherwise, he doesn't want to hear from you. Sure. Did he get the Play-Doh out of his mic? Well, he said he got a new one, but we'll see. All right, we're stuck in range again. Thanks for questions. Definitely ask questions. We are not doing anything, so ask away. Good time to ask. We like questions around here. Why do I choose the 5-minute chart? I think it is a good opportunity for with what the work that we do and how we're looking at markets and what we expect markets to do when they get to a level or a trading point. The 5-minute bars it keeps us out of trouble, because if you're trading a 3-minute or 2-minute or anything like that, can get you a lot more trades, and those opportunities probably are not as solid as some of these opportunities with 5-minute. And our work that we put together is evolved around the 5-minute chart to help us find these opportunities, and they seem to work for what we're trying to do as far as scalping the market is concerned. And also the other thing is it also keeps us out of trouble, because there's opportunities. If you're trading a 3-minute chart or even if you're looking at a 1-minute chart, the opportunities can really add up, and we like to stay out of like to not give. Again, everybody's a little bit different. Everybody trades differently and has different risk tolerances. And also their cost of doing business is also different. So we try to minimize that cost of doing business. So minimize the fact of how much money we give to brokerage houses, because I don't like to give money to brokerage houses. And try to, and I think the 5-minute chart gives us good opportunities to create those levels and also keep us out of trouble. And it just seems like it's been working for what we do. So. Brad, so he asked, Penny asked about the YouTube, if we're on YouTube or not. I don't know if you saw that question. I don't think we are on YouTube, but what do I know? I mean, we could be. All right, now we're drifting down here. Support down at the 34 area. Mark says that we are on YouTube. Okay. All right, then. We're on YouTube. All right, we're coming down here to the 34 area. If you're interested or you want to dip your toe, again, not everybody has to take every trade, and there's reasons why you don't take a trade, and there are reasons why you do. So, all right, nice little rotation there, especially if you got filled on the lower end of the entry point there against our 34 area. Nice little 2-point rotation there against our 34 area. Those of you who maybe took the trade, got a nice rotation there. Again, we're trying to find these inflection points that the markets will rotate off of, because we don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're trying to find these areas that we believe or think that the market will give us an opportunity to to make some profits against that support level. So a nice little bounce there off of our 34 area. And if you had any extra contracts, you kind of keep it and see if we can get a little bit higher or have a trailing stop. And, you're probably out of anything now. So nice little quick trade there against our 34. As the market is all of a sudden kind of opened up here to the downside. Who knew? So we came, next level on the downside we have is the 27. The 31 area here is the settlement price, if you are interested in that. So next level down is 27. And who knew, right? All of a sudden we're just going to get some business. Like all of a sudden it's just like so quiet in the last 5 minutes. Kind of something happened. Who knows? Somebody said something. Created this move here to the downside, giving us a little opportunity. Could we have gotten short? The only place you could have gotten short is probably against our pivot there. And I suggested where you got out of any shorts there against the 46 area if you wanted or had a reason to get short. That could have been a reason there for you to short the market if you felt that the market was going to go down. Do we, again, remember that we are trying to create independent traders here. We're trying to give you reasons to trade, reasons to get your to find levels to if you're going to have an opinion or anything, then you definitely could find an exit strategy like I gave you and got yourself into the market. So nice rotation there off of this 31 settlement price there. Obviously, is a little bit risky, but it did pay off. And a nice rotation there against it. Again, the settlement price is something that we'd like to look at as well. And you're obviously, if you had to get in around it, you had to scale in because it did get down only down to 1.5 there, and then rotated back up. The settlement price was 31. So if you did get in there, came back down and retested it also for just a second. Gave you another chance to buy it if you did. You're getting a nice rotation here off of that level. Resistance right now would be around the pivot area there at 42. All right. So we've had a few opportunities here this morning on a very quiet day. Definitely a blue band opportunity. If you trade the range game earlier, you had that. If you are been a little bit patient, waited for a 34 area, did okay. If you traded our settlement price area, you did all right. And I notice I say area because we're not perfect. If I say 34, doesn't mean exactly 34. It got down to 33.5 or 33.25 and popped back up. So obviously it's you have to scale in around it. Everybody scales in differently, with different volumes and different sizes. So it's all up to you as a trader to how you manage those trades. I'm here just to kind of give you ideas and understand your risk tolerance and work with each individual to maximize those profits based on their risk tolerance. That's what we try to do here. The goal here is to let you become an independent trader. That's the goal. That's what the goal is, so that you can do this on your own, make your own money. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. We are definitely like questions, especially since we did have a couple opportunities here. And like I said, it's we took a little bit of time to get going, but we finally got something, a couple good trades there. Just if you took, you know, we've had more than a couple. It all depends, like I said, on how aggressive you want it to be. But and patience is important. Our resistance would be at around the 42 area. Yes, where we will have a class later on today at around noon Chicago time. All right, nice rotation there. Again, we went down to the settlement price there. If you uh, maybe traded that area, if you did, you're getting a nice rotation here to the upside. If you're trying to stay long, obviously you need to trade multiple contracts to be able to do that. If you did, then you're doing okay with it, and our objective there would be up at the 42 area. All right, if you're trying to stay long, we're targeting the 42 area here. Well, we don't. Again, the still remains 46 or above as an exit for any longs, shorts. So right now, obviously, it's you got your answer there, Steve. And I went right through it, and trying to see if it wants to hold here above the 42 or not. But given the fact that it bounced off your question would probably be no. I mean, obviously it's no, but for another reason. All right, all right. We are got through, and that was we were targeting the 42 area there, and now we're just kind of hanging up here at these older highs. Again, anything above 46 out of any shorts. At that point, we'll look for 50, which is our next level on the upside, is resistance. All right, we seem to have found some legs here off of that 31 settlement price. Resistance would, well, anything above 46 out of any shorts. So kind of, trade it around that idea if you're going to be short or not. All right, market trying to hold here above our blue band, getting a little bit bullish. If we get above the 46, we'll have a run up to the 50. So again, your 46 is a little key here. All right, seems like we're getting a little bit bullish here, and looking for maybe a push up to the 50 area. You got to get above the 46.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Hey, Frank, I missed you this morning. Welcome back. Hey, Dove, did you sign up for Sol's Monthly? Let me know back in chat. JS, the same. Kira, the same. Michael R. I sent you out links this morning for you to take care of it. Vincent T, just let me know. And Robert C, I think yours came up. I'm not sure if you had made a change, but I sent you out a link to refresh it. Just let me know back in chat. And if there's anybody I missed, just raise your hand and I'll send it out to you directly. For those that have been coming in and just haven't signed up yet, take the time to do it now. If you want to come back on Wednesday and the rest of the week. So that's for Dove, JS, Kira, Michael R, Vincent T. And there was, I believe, a Steve that wanted a call about Sol's course and mentoring work. Just let me know if you're in here. I did leave a message yesterday. JS, let me know what you're doing. And use the chat feature to respond. Raise your hand if you need us to reach out to you. And if I missed anybody based on the opportunity to sign up for Sol's Monthly, just raise your hand also and I'll send it out to you. For those that are joining us on the outside, join us on the inside. Just look for the link or come into pitiq.tv. That's pitiq.tv. So I'll be looking for people in the background. I'll roll you over at that rate so you have it. And if you get ejected, then don't blame me. That's an automatic situation based on your time here. And we don't want that to happen to you. So let us know how we can help you. And take the time now to sign up so I can authorize you in the background to roll over at that rate. Thank you.
All right, like I said, we're getting a little bit bullish here. I think the market might try to extend here a little bit. Above 46 is maybe a little bit of a buy area. All right, well, we got to get above the 46 area. It's acting very stubborn up there. For us to make a continuation push to the upside. Can we repeat the levels in the chat box area for those of us who might have missed it? As still, there they are. There's the levels in the chat box area for you. All right, good. We'll see you later. Well, Mel, welcome to my world there, Don. This is what happens all the time around here. Yeah, the snow does turn into ice there if it doesn't melt right away. And then the freezing weather comes. That's the bad part. All right. Well, they tried to push it up there. They just couldn't do it. They triple topped it up there. We wanted you to get long above the 46. They could not do it. And now they're kind of giving up that idea and coming back down here into this early morning range the way we're in. So that didn't work out too well again, but we were looking for a buy above the 46. So we didn't jump in any other time. We were just kind of waiting for it to make a decision. Yeah, and some of you who could have used the 46 as an exit strategy, like I said earlier, in regards to getting out of any shorts, you could have done that, obviously, and done okay with that little trade. Again, we kind of let the market dictate the opportunities, also our entry points. And I thought we were going to get a little bit bullish, but we could not get above 46. So that obviously created this little push here to the downside all of a sudden, as the market flushing here got all those longs in trouble. But again, we were looking to get in above 46, not anywhere else below that. And now look what happened. They flushed it down here. So maybe something's up. We shall see. The next level on the downside we have is at 27. All right, market definitely turning over here a little bit. They kind of rejected those attempts to push a little bit higher and completely flushing out here. And next level downside we have support is down at 27. And like I said, next downside support is down at the 27 area. I mean, could we have gotten short any? You could have gotten short as long as you had the 46 stop up there. If you had a reason to want to be short, as I said, we're not going to get long unless we got above 46. So, and that was also an exit strategy if you wanted to be short. Creating a so I there's no news that I find so far about this little push to the downside, but you never know. We're always the last ones to find out about any news anyway. All right, well, we got down to 28 there. Oh, well, maybe not. It's not over. Coming down here to the 27 area. If you're nervous about taking it, then, well, you don't have to be anymore. That was a quick rotation there. All right, nice little trade there against our 27 entry point there. Couldn't even spit my words out before I got filled on the other side too. That was nice. That was a no-brainer. Couldn't even get it out fast enough. All right, if you trade in multiple contracts or are able to trade in multiple contracts and you're scaling out, now you got to get out here to 31 at least, then see what happens after that. All right, nice trade there if you did partake in the 27 area. Again, we've been a little bit patient here, and patience has worked for us, giving us the opportunity here to wait for either the levels to get triggered or a price action opportunity to develop. And consequently, we've had these opportunities to trade and been a little bit patient, but we've had a good minimally 4 or 5 trades here as we continue to uptick here. Very nice trade there if you did buy them. This is where I'd get out of anything else around the 34 area. If you still have any contracts left over to scale out, well, if I knew we were going to pop 8 points after that, I would have told you. It's too bad. Nice little trade there if you did get in. All right, so we've had a pretty decent morning. And again, we focus more on the morning hours here to help us with our opportunities to trade. We're looking for those ebbs and flows. We feel that we get them. The opportunities develop a little bit better because of the volatility and the volume that trades in the morning hours versus the late afternoon. Consequently, we're looking for these opportunities to develop and create the chances for us to get in and get in these trades, and that's why we're looking to get 4 or 5 trades in the course of the day, and basically during the course of the morning hours. And then as the day goes on, it seems like the volatility gets drawn out of it, the activity, the volume gets sucked out of it, and a lot of market movements are very quiet and uneventful. Not that it's always the case, but I'm just saying that sometimes it could be. But also the late afternoon trades, even if it is trading, becomes a little bit more skittish. And a little bit different than the morning trade for whatever reason. So again, we focus more on the morning hours for us to try to bank our money and then wait for the next day. I'll give you a couple levels here. I don't know what's going to happen or not, but below 13 we've got 07 and 3900.